miss the warmth that pulls me closer and the unknown that makes me tremble. In its embrace, I find both my courage and my fear, and the freedom to lose myself.
So Sirui just sent me their 35, or I mean, not just, they sent it to me a couple weeks ago, probably about a month ago. And I've had this lens for a while now, so I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on this particular lens, what I like about it, what I do not like about it. So the build quality of this lens is actually really good. It comes with a few things that come with most modern lenses. For example, it has a clickable and declickable aperture ring that I think every lens should have right now. And mostly I say in all my lens reviews that any lens right now should come with like a clickable and declickable aperture ring. Obviously it comes with like the button right there to click and declick the aperture ring. It comes with like a function button right here. It has the iris lock, and also it has the AF and MF button. So it's a good and well built lens. It's also metal, which is something that is in most of Sirui's new lenses right now. I know the 85 1.4 also had that lens, metal build. The only thing I would say is that it comes with plastic covers and has a plastic hood. All lenses at this price point basically will come with plastic if they're autofocus. So it's a well-built lens for the price that Sirui is going to be selling this lens. When it comes to build quality, I have absolutely no problem with this lens. In fact, I'll go further by saying that I love the fact that this lens is really small. It's a pretty lightweight lens if you compare it to like the Viltrox 35 1.2, which is a chunky boy, but at the end of the day that's a 1.2, this is a 1.4 lens. And that lens I can compare this to is my Sigma 35 1.4, but that's an old AF lens. That lens is heavier than this, and you also have to use an adapter for it, but this lens is good in my own opinion. It's lightweight, it's metal, it's well built. So big ups to Sirui for actually making this happen. So right now I'm about 1.5 feet away from the camera, and what I just want to do is an autofocus test for you guys. And my autofocus setting is at the fastest that I can be on this camera. I'm shooting on the Sony GV1. I also have an ND filter in front of the lens right now, and that's because, like, for the most part, when I use my lenses to shoot video, I always have an ND filter in front. So what I'm going to do right now is just walk all the way back so you guys can see how good the focus is. I'm also shooting at 1.4, and then what I'm going to do is walk all the way to the front again, and then I'm going to leave, and then I'm just going to walk back in. How good is the focus? I'm going to come close, I'm going to leave again entirely, and then come back in. So that is definitely an idea of what the autofocus is like on this lens. Just going to get back in and then come back in frame. What do you guys think? So now we're in capture one, and we're going to do the image quality test, or basically I'll just show you a few images that I shot during a photo shoot using this lens, and then you guys can judge for yourself, and I'll also tell you guys what I think about the images. So the first thing I'll do is probably just jump up here and show you guys one thing I love about the lens, and that is how it renders colors. I absolutely love how this lens renders colors. I have shot with it a few times outdoors, and I love the way the images look, and it's kind of like a thing where you either like it or you don't like it, and I'll get to why. So here are a few images that were shot with this lens. Here's another image here, and here's another image. Ignore the fact that, you know, it's bending. I'm going to scroll up again to a part of this photo shoot where like this part here, you guys can see the autofocus areas are nice and smooth, you know, and that's one thing you have to give to Sirui lenses. The way they handle the autofocus areas are always, you know, like really nice in my own opinion. Here's an image I shot BC while I was taking a photo, just ignore that one. But yeah, there's another image right here. You guys can see how at 1.4 everything is the subject is sharp, and you know, like the autofocus areas are nice. This is another image that I wanted to show you guys. I'm just going to scroll to a better one. So you guys can see up here in the hair, you don't see a lot of fringing like you see from other lenses, and this was shot at 1.4. So there are a lot of affordable, older, I would say cheaper lenses that when you shoot in situations like this, you know, you see some type of fringing. This lens is clean for the most part. Now, the part of this lens that is kind of like a hit or miss for me is the sharpness of this lens. This lens kind of looks a little smudgy at 1.4 all the way to like 2.8 or something. It just looks smudgy. It does not look really sharp. Now, will these images work online? Yes, 100%. These are images that you can post online, and like nobody would know if the images are sharp or not. So and they will look really great. Like I said, the colors out of this lens, absolutely beautiful. I love it. I love how it handles the autofocus areas. I was shooting into the light, to see how it would handle, like the transitions between highlights and shadows and everything. It's a really good lens. We're in the shade, you guys can see nice. But the issue, like I said, that I have with this lens is, look at this at 2.5. It is not just that sharp. I feel like my other 35s at 1.4 are sharper than this lens at probably 2.5, and that's the major issue that I have with this lens. But for the price, if you're looking for a 35 1.4 and you're not too worried about sharpness, I am, and that's why I shoot with the Sony A7R5. I pretty want all my images to be tack sharp. Right here we're at 1.4. You guys can see it is in focus, but it just does not look really sharp. That's the only issue I have with this lens, but they're still very usable images. And if this is the only 35 that you can afford, I feel like the image quality is good enough. It's not just great for what I personally would like to use it for, but it's good enough. Now, the good thing about this is, in terms of videos, your videos will not look too sharp, and I think that is good. If you're somebody that does not really like sharp, digital looking videos. But in terms of image quality, like I said, the color rendition is good. The autofocus, it does not have a lot of like fringing and all that stuff. The images that come out of this lens, they're really clean. My only issue with this lens is that it is okay, but it's just not really sharp. So here's my final verdict for the Sirui 35 1.4. After using this lens for, I would say, a few months now, there are a few things about this lens that are good, not great. This overall is a good lens, and that's about it. The build quality of this lens is good, maybe I would say really good for the price of about $550. The autofocus is good, but not great, and sometimes sluggish. But I would say good enough when it comes to photos. For videos, sometimes it's not the best autofocus out there. The size of this lens is good, and that's one thing I give to this lens for 35 1.4. I think it's really nice and lightweight, and using this on a gimbal is a dream compared to the Viltrox 35 1.2 that I own, which is a pretty chunky lens. So overall, I would say this lens is good. The colors out of this lens, good. Everything or most things that this lens does, it good. The only thing about this lens that I would say personally is not good, or it's just good enough, is the sharpness. This is not the sharpest lens that I own by a mile. This lens, in some cases at 1.4, is pretty soft. And for somebody like me that shoots with Sony A7R5, which is a resolution king at about 60 something megapixels, I want to squeeze as much sharpness as I can out of my images, and I need a lens that can translate that resolution out for me, basically. Now, I would say because of how this lens performs in terms of sharpness, I will not be using the Sirui 35 1.4 as my main 35mm lens. Yes, I'm going to keep it in my bag. Yes, I'm going to have it as a backup, but it will not be my main 35. If you are looking for a lens as a beginner, or 35mm, or you do not shoot with your 35mm often, and you're just looking for something that you're not going to spend a lot of money on, that you can keep in your bag, then I would say yes, you can go ahead and buy this lens. And as a beginner, obviously, you don't want to spend too much money on gear, so yes, you can buy this lens. But if you're a professional, you make money from your work, you're looking for like the sharpest lens to buy, I do not think that this lens is for you. Personally, I would save up a little bit more and go for sharper lenses, and that's just my mindset. Like putting $6,000, that's Canadian, on a body, and not being able to get the full resolution out of that body, or the full sharpness out of that body because of your lens, makes no sense in my own opinion. But yes, that's the Sirui 35 1.4. I think it's a good lens for the price. They do promotions every once in a while, so you probably even get it for cheaper. it's a good lens. It's a good, okay lens for the price. But at the end of the day, if you're looking to get another 35 that is better than this, you're probably going to be spending double the price of this lens basically, or you know, you're going to be going maybe like all the way to buying the Sony 35 1.4, which probably goes for over $2,000. So it just depends on you and what you're looking for. At the end of the day, I always say test out these lenses, figure out what works for you. If you can in real time, like if you can go somewhere and try these lenses out, then go and try it out and see if it works for you. But anyways, that's my review on the Sirui 35 1.4, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have an amazing day, guys. Peace out.